Right, so I've got this Yamaha CS-30. So put my multimeter to AC, measure across here. So there we go, there's 240 volts AC, as you'd expect. Now that's going through here, and it's coming out here as AC, but stepped down to, well, where is it? So I'm getting 45. This is a center tapped winding, which means I should be getting half of the 45, 22 and a half across this tap, and then 22 and a half across this tap. So those first two are ground, just like it says on the schematic, and then it's only +2. This should be -15, and it's a positive voltage of like barely anything. And then this should be +15. Oh, that looked like it jumped up to 15 there, for a second. So my plan is that I'm going to take one of these out at a time and see what I can deduce from it. The schematic tells me that this is a 10 DC -1R, and that this one is a 10 DC -1. And one of them's common cathode, one of them's common anode. So I'm thinking I could just replace them with a couple of Schottky diodes, or 4 Schottky diodes as it were. And I'm going to take them out of circuit just to measure them first. Double check. I'm going on the right place, so I'll just put a bit of fresh leaded solder on here first. Right. Right, so there's a red side on it. weird. That's lower than what I would have expected the diode drop to be. 1.1. Yeah, that's more like it there. 0.7, 0.6, something like that is what you're looking for. Is that really 0.12? Let me try reversing the leads just for insanity. Yeah, 0.12 in both directions. So let me think about this. Maybe it's across here and here. Open lead that way. Ah, there we go. So 0.6 that way. 0.6 that way, although not perfect. So this one's black on the back. So there's our 0.6-ish that we'd expect, and then another 0.6. It's giving me a short. What the? So that's 0.6 in that way. 0.6 in that way. Then when I swap them around, should be open lead. Yeah, an open lead. Yeah, but when I go here, I'm getting a short. I think we may have found our problem. So we'll try this wee component tester and bang that on there. Red, green, RGB. Test this. So tell me there's a short circuit on green and blue. So if I take blue off, try it again. So it's telling me it's a diode. Anode, cathode. Forward voltage is 0.62 volts. Test current of 4.79 milliamp, as you'd expect. So take the green off and put the blue back on. Let's try that. Anode, cathode. So forward voltage is 0.64. Test current seems right, but There definitely shouldn't be a short between here and here. Short circuit. So it's definitely wonky. And then red, green, blue on this wire. So for D1, that's between the red and the blue. I've got a pretty high forward voltage of 1.45. And a pretty low forward current. So for D2, it's the red and the green. Looks normal, forward voltage 6.2. Perfect test current. So that's right. Now, let's see how we fare. On these diodes. Right, so it's picking it up as a common anode network. Pan out for D1, which is red and blue. 6.4 normal forward voltage. Again, pretty normal, as you'd expect. And then D2, red and green. Perfect. And try the same thing on this one. This should be a common cathode. So red and blue. Perfect. Perfect. Red and green. Perfect. Perfect. Right. So this should be a replacement for that. Right, so this one goes in here like that. Yeah. Yeah. And we are going to hopefully get 10 volts here. Blew the fuse again. So these are the two dual diodes that I've taken out of here. The red one was on the right, and they're both giving me really weird measurements, so this is the way I drew it. Now when I use this component analyzer and my multimeter to measure the diodes across here, this is what I'm reading on each one. So this is saying that the one that goes here is a common cathode. The one that I took out of here is a common cathode, and that the common pin is pin 1. Sorry, pin 3. And on this one, my analyzer and my multimeter are both telling me that these are well, it's picking up a dead short between these two pins, but I am able to measure, you know, roughly 0.6 here across these two and 0.6 here, and this one is a common anode, with this being the common pin. But so that's saying that D2 came out of here is a common cathode, but on the schematic D2 is a common anode, and vice versa. So D1 here is saying it's common anode, but on the schematic it's common cathode. So I don't really know what else to do here, but is to trace out this schematic. So when I trace it out, the top side of the AC comes through this fuse, down here, over here, up here, and then it connects to this pin and this pin of the diode. So that's what I'm calling the high side of the AC. This is the ground, or so the high side, ground, and the low side. So the low side comes in here, jumps over that on a jumper, goes through this fuse, and then comes over here. And can't really see it very well from this picture, but it does actually connect to pin 1 of D1. So D2's middle pin goes up here to TR6. So D2 is this one, and the common pin goes to TR6. So that would match in, but this is the middle pin, not pin 3, which is why I think these might be the wrong parts. The one thing I will say about these, if I can find them again, is that even though they're reading the common pin to be pin 3 on both of them, they both actually have a wee AC symbol on the outer pins, which would lead me to believe that the center is supposed to be common. It's the same on both of them, so maybe these have just failed so bad that that they're mysteriously almost reading like normal diodes, just in a completely different configuration. I don't understand, but I'm pretty sure we can't do any harm to this side of the circuit just by trying to fix these diodes. I mean, diodes either work or don't work. It's not like it's not going to do anything particularly crazy if you were to put the diodes in backways in in a bridge rectifier like this. I've set up these diodes so there's a common cathode in the center, and that's going into the position of D1, which D1 is here. D1's common cathode. It all makes sense. The common cathode of D1 goes off to TR1, which matches up with this diagram. So I'm going to put them in like that, and I'm fairly sure that's the problem at this point. Ho 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 ho, we've got the 10 volts there, boy. Minus 15. Minus 15. Plus 15.